Hello people, so over the last year or so, like many other people, I have been stuck at home not being able to go to the movie theater. And so over the last year, I've been desperately trying to replicate that. And this is not a tech channel, this is a movie channel, and this is the only tech video that I'll ever do. So if you're, hitting that subscribe button because like, oh, I like this, how this guy talks about technology, it's not that kind of channel. So yeah, this will be like one of a kind type video for my channel. So yeah, like I said, been stuck at home all year, and ever since March 2020, my home theater, except for the TV, has completely been reformed into something else. And most of this video, I'll be talking about Philips Hue, because that's something that really did help and how immersive it was. But let's start off back in 2020, March 2020, where my only setup was my Samsung TV, my Samsung Blu-ray player, my Samsung soundbar, and my Apple TV box. It was just that. And within the past year, I realized I've grown a hatred for the Samsung brand. And that's because, I spent a lot of time messing with it because, I try to optimize it the best. And the soundbar, I'd still have this soundbar if it wasn't for pure coincidence. My, one of my family members, one of their roommates moved out of their house and left Polk audio speakers behind. 2 side channels, a bass, and a center channel, and as well a receiver. So I was like, heck yeah. And so I took them home with me. My family said I could have them, and I hooked them up to my TV. Then I realized that the receiver was only Blu-ray. I'm like, well, I just got this 4K TV. I can't not have I can't just go back to Blu-ray because I just got this TV, and which I do regret now. I have a Samsung Series 6. I think the best brands, even though I'm not a tech channel, but right from what I hear and see, I should have gotten an LG or a Sony. But anyways, regrets aside, I have my Samsung Series 6 and 4K, not HDR, I believe it's only SDR. I could be wrong though, at least that's what my Apple TV tries to tell me. I'm pretty sure it's HDR, but my Apple TV does not like that. But anyways, I bought a receiver from Best Buy. It's the same one as my dad has downstairs. It's called Okano. It starts with an O. It supports 4K, so now I have streaming through 4K on my receiver, and with 5.1 surround. It was a 3.1 when I got it, but later I got background speakers. I don't know specific names of them. Shows you how much I'm like, I don't know the technical name, but I got 2 tiny little back speakers. Forgive this desk, but that's one of them right there. Yep, that's what I'm gonna set it to. About $100, wasn't too bad. And yeah, at that point I was done for a while. But one day I was scrolling through YouTube and I saw this thing, sorry, excuse the noise in the background, this thing called Hue, and Philips Hue, and I was like, okay, that's pretty cool. What showed up was a scene from WandaVision, and I'll have it right here, and it's where she creates the hex, and I saw those lights, and I was like, that's pretty cool. I want that really bad. I went to the comments section. They're like, yeah, here's where you can get them. And at first they mentioned the gradient light strip, but I realized that the brand also offers the box is empty. The Philips, these are, what is the specific name? I don't want to get these wrong. The Play Light Bar. I have 2 of these on the side of my TV. I plan to get 2 more in the future. It's just, these things aren't cheap. So I'm like, okay, I'll just add these to the cart, and I'll buy these at some point, about $100, $130. And so I was like, yeah, these things are pretty cool. And then I watched other stuff, and then they said, oh, well, you also have to get this thing called Hue Bridge, which is really easy to set up. You just, snap from the wall and plug it into your router, and that's as easy as that is, and you do the rest in the app. And I was like, okay, and this was only $60. I was like, okay, it's not too bad. But then I realized what makes the thing work is this boy right here, the Hue, get the specific name, HDMI sync box. This is what makes everything work. I was like, okay, not that bad. And I saw $230. I was like, yikes, that might be the deal breaker, but luckily, I gave in. And I was like, you know what, let's just go for it. And I got the whole setup right here for, if you search it up, it's not the most, it's not the cheapest thing in the world, but I was committed and I did it. But one of the other reasons why I specifically wanted to break this down is that people don't know how this works. I was going through the reviews on specific items, especially the sync box right here, and there are legitimate bad reviews, but a lot of them are because they didn't understand what it was. A lot of people did not understand that they needed this thing in order for this thing to work, which I do admit, which is a little ridiculous that you have to get this to make this work, to make this work, to make this work. You should just, all you really should do is get the lights, but I loved it so much, I was like, kind of had to do it now. But yeah, and I will put clips right here, and well, actually, I'll make it show the whole clip, and I'll have my voiceover, which you see right now. You see the clips right now. But, yeah, it completely reformed the way I saw my TV, especially with the surround sound, and basically, at this point, the surround lighting. I was just extremely impressed. These videos right here is some of the best. Remember, I haven't had this thing too long. I've had it about 2 weeks now, and these are the best of what I've seen so far. There could be better examples. It's just, I haven't gone through every single movie yet. So, yeah, it's just... I just love looking at these things. They transform everything. I didn't get a video of this movie, but one that did look pretty good is Godzilla vs. Kong. Too bad it didn't make the movie any better, in my opinion. But, yeah, look at my review. I wasn't the biggest fan of Godzilla vs. Kong. But anyways, it's not a review. It's kind of a tech video. I absolutely love these things. There is an app, and they are not the most user-friendly in the world. You have to know what you're doing and your way to work around it. And luckily, I'm not like a tech expert, but I think I'm advanced to be able to operate these things well. I have shortcuts. If you have if you have an iPhone, and you could just literally, there's a way to there's this app that immediately comes with Apple called Shortcuts, and I downloaded that. Well, I didn't download it, it was on the phone, but yeah, you download that. I now tell Siri to turn on and off my bedroom setup. So it turns everything off, turns everything on. So and I could tell Siri to start and stop sync. And if you have an Apple TV, I think this works really well because this Apple TV has the Siri remote, so that it really makes it a lot easier if you have that. If you have a receiver, it's really simple. You plug in HDMI to the receiver to the sync box, and then you bring, if you're not a tech expert watching this video, but if you are, all you have to do is bring in HDMI from the HDMI out from the receiver to the sync box to the HDMI in, and then after that, bring your main HDMI cable from the sync box to the TV, and that's where it should go well. And you could still plug all your HDMIs into the receiver. It doesn't affect that. And all your speakers still work. And yeah, the biggest hassle though is my room where I have my router versus where I have all this stuff set up is the complete other side of the house. And so whenever I set something up, they're like, press this button, please. And so I had to run back and forth from there to this, and that's a little bit of a hassle if you're that lazy, but if you like these things that much, it's fine to go downstairs and press a button. But yeah, my setup I enjoy. I do recommend everything that I have in my setup except for my TV itself, which is the most vital thing, but whatever. Like, Samsung's not a bad brand. If you like Samsung and you like to stick with Samsung, go for it. But it's personally, I think, one of the lesser brands out there. If you're going to get a new setup for your TV, go ahead and get an LG or a Sony if you can. And, yeah, anyways, this is, I just really wanted to show you guys how I've compromised my viewing experience. So I just wanted to let you guys know if I'm going to watch a movie on HBO Max for the first time and review it, it's not going to be on my iPad with whatever in an airport, that it's not going to be that low of an experience. It's the highest experience possible for what I have to work with. And yes, I do plan to go to the theater occasionally. So yeah, that's all I wanted to say. This is my TV setup. These things are amazing. If you're that committed to, if you're an extreme movie watcher and you are willing to pay the price for these, go ahead and get them. So yeah, it's a little bit, if it depends on who you are. If you're techie savvy like I am, these things are an easy setup. If you're not so much, they might not be the best for you, but it's definitely a nice thing to show off to. It really is. And yeah, anyways, that is all I have to say in this video. This is I just want to kind of get out there. This is what I have, and yeah, anyways, like, share, subscribe, and stuff like that, and adios.